Hello everyone, let's learn our lesson number 6, Flow of Control. In this lesson, we are going to learn types of statements, types of flow control, sequential flow control, selection flow control, if-else statement, if-else statement, nested if statement, and also we will solve some program based on these statements. Okay, let's learn types of statements. Okay, what are the statements? We already discussed in the previous lessons. What are the statements? These are the commands or instructions given to the computer to carry out a specific task or action. There are three types of statements: empty statements, simple statement, and compound statement. What is empty statement? It does not do any action or task. Okay, past statement is the empty statement, or else called as null statement. Okay, when you need this past statement, whenever the syntax of the language requires the statement but the program does not require. The example given here, in this example we have used the past statement in a loop or loop. Okay, what we are going to do, we are just simply calculating the number of iteration happening in the for loop. Okay, so we don't need to print anything, we are just counting the number of iteration. So what will happen, we nothing required to write within the for loop. Okay, for that sense we are writing past statement. Why is it so? Because for loop is a compound statement. Compound statement require at least one statement within this. Okay, so that's why we are using the past statement. After that we can print the iteration. Okay, that's the example of past statement, and we are going to learn past statement in the next lesson too. Now, simple statement, we have done quite many programs using the simple statement. What is a simple statement? Any single executable statement is the simple statement. It's given here simple statement a equal to a plus b, or you can write a equal to 5 or b equal to 6. Quite many statements you have done with the programs. That is your simple statement or single executable statement. Now come to the compound statement. Okay, so compound statement has two parts. One is header, another is body. What is header? It starts with the keyword and ends with colons. It starts always, the header of the compound statement starts with a keyword and ends with the colon. Okay, now what is the body? Body requires at least one statement. Just now we have discussed the for loop is a compound statement actually. So we need one statement within the compound statement. Okay, and that statement can be a simple statement or else can be a compound statement. Example, if statement, for while statement, user defined functions. Okay, now let's learn types of flow control: sequential, selection, and iteration. What is sequential? When the codes are executed sequentially, one after another. Selection is what? When the codes are executed based on condition, that is your selection. Okay, iteration is what? Iteration means repetition of the statements or instruction, that is a iteration. Okay, let's learn what is sequential. Sequential is what? Program codes are being executed sequentially. Just see here, we are finding out a square and cube of a number. Okay, here number is 5, a equal to 5. We have to assign first, then we can find the square and cube. Okay, so suppose we did not assign the a value and try to find out the square of the number. That means suppose we are writing s equal to a exponentiation to, after that a equal to 5, then the interpreter will give the error, the variable is not defined. So we have to assign first, then we can find the square. Similarly, after finding out the square, then we can print the value. Without calculating, we cannot print the value. So what will happen? It will give the error. Okay, so similarly you can find the cube, then print. Okay, what are the statements? The first statement, we are assigning the value to a, then we are finding the square of that value and displaying the result, then we are finding the cube of the value, then displaying the result. That is about sequential. Even we have solved quite many programs based on this. Okay, the most important things we are going to learn now, selection. Selection is a what? It is a conditional statement. Okay, first thing we have to learn, it is a compound statement. Just see, means executing statement or statements based on a condition, based on a selection. If a statement is the selection or conditional statement, okay, it is also a compound statement. So look at the syntax or format. If condition, remember condition is a relational expression, okay, whose value, whose output, whose outcome is either true or false. Since it is a compound statement, it has to have one or more statements below the header. Okay, here what is the header? If condition and followed by the colon. Okay, if condition followed by the colon is the header. Okay, and else statement. What is a else statement? Since it is a condition, as I told you, condition has true or false. If it is true, the statement below if will be executed. If the condition is false, the statement after else will be executed. Let's take the example here. If A is greater than B, then what are you printing? A is greater. If it is false, then B is greater. Okay, so let's solve this example in the Python environment. Look at here, already the program is typed. Find out the greater number. Int input enter any number. B int input enter the second number. Okay, if A is greater than B, A is greater than B is the condition. Okay, if the condition is true, then it will display A is greater, otherwise B is greater. Okay, so let's run the program. It is asking enter any number. Suppose we are entering 8 and we are entering the number 7. So which one is greater? The value of A is greater. So it is printing A is greater. Okay, this is the way we can type the program. Look at this statement. A is greater than B, the compound statement, and print statement is within. So we have to follow the indentation. We have to follow the indentation. Suppose we want to type any more statement out here. So what will happen? We'll just keep and press enter. Okay, automatically the cursor will come just below the first statement within the if statement. Similarly, if you want to write any statement after else, automatically it will come just below the first statement of else statement. Suppose you write here print, just print the value of A, and here we want to print the value of B. Print B. Okay, let's run now. The important thing out here is the indentation within if and indentation within else. Okay, now run. Suppose you are entering the number 10 and you are entering the number 78. So which one is greater? B is greater, and also it's printing the value 78. Okay, let's go back to our Python. So now we have completed our selection. Let's move to the next. Okay, if elif else statement. Elif stands for else if. In other language, that is else if we use like your C language, C++. Okay, what is look at the syntax. If condition statement, elif statement, that shows what we can give more than two options. So it is what we will give more than one option. That means we will select one option out of many options. Okay, let's take the example. We input any number and check whether it is a positive number or negative number or 0. Okay, suppose if it is positive or negative, then 0 is not neither positive or negative. So in that case we have to check 0 also. So in this condition we can use the if, elif, else, because this program requires more than two options. Okay, so we can also check this program in the Python. Now just check find the positive, negative or 0. We input a single number and we are checking if A is greater than 0, print positive. Elif look at here, elif, no space in between, elif condition, then elif carries the condition. Since if is there, so you have to give the condition, then negative, then whatever the rest, suppose the last option, suppose you have 3-4 option, so last option will be else. Okay, no need to write the condition, automatically it will become like here, run now. Okay, yes, we will run again. Enter any number, suppose you write -5, it is negative number. Okay, we will run again. Suppose we are entering the number 0, so it will print 0. Okay, this is the way we can compare, we can check, we can take more than one options. Okay, back to the slide. So now we have completed if else statement. Move to the nested if else statement, which is very important. Now what is nested if? When one if is within another if is called nested if. One if is within another if is called nested if. What is the syntax out here? If condition, look at here, if condition, then if condition statement, else statement. Okay, this is actually nested if has 4 different methods. Okay, so first method is the nested if, the inner if statement is within the if, and else there is a simple statement. Now just the example, and there are 4 methods are there, then you have to choose, you have to select which method will be applicable for which problem. Okay, after getting the problem only you have to select which method is required for this problem. Okay, in this case is what we are just entering the age of a person and nationality, age and nationality. So if the person age is greater than equal to 18 and nationality is Indian, so then you have to display the message, this person is eligible to vote. Okay, otherwise not eligible to vote. Okay, what we have done, we have taken only, we have written the if nested if after if, not after else. Now just see, if age is condition is what? Age is greater than equal to 18. Okay, then after that, if the condition is true, that means that person's age is more than equal to 18, then the next, the inner if will be executed. Then it will check for nationality. Okay, then nationality, if the nationality is Indian, both the conditions are true. That means that person age is above 18 and also nationality is Indian, then that person is eligible to vote. Okay, if your first condition is true but second condition is false, that means he is not an Indian. So what will happen? Will not eligible to vote. That means that person is not Indian even if the age is above 18, so he cannot vote, cast vote. Okay, and suppose your first condition is false, first condition is false, then what is happen? So it will, you have to display that person is under age. First condition is false means that person is below 18, that's why it is under age. Okay, then the next method, what is your next method? Method 2 is just opposite of your method 1. Here we have given the condition after else, and we have taken the same example. If we are entering a number, if it is greater than 0, we are just simply printing positive. If the condition is false, that means it is either less than 0 or equal to 0. So that condition we can give after else. If a equal to 0, we are printing 0. Otherwise it is printing negative. Okay, this is your method 2. Method 1, we are just giving the nested if after if, and we are giving the next method, we are giving a nested if after else. Look at here, just see the if else statements after if, that is called inner if. So, and the outer part of if else is the after if. That means one if else statement is enclosed within another if else statement. That's why it is called as nested if. Okay, here is after else. Okay, now method number 3. Method number 3 is what? The both the cases nested, the inner if else statements after if and after else. Here we are doing a very important program, very common program. We are checking the greatest among three numbers. Okay, first we are comparing a is greater than b. If it is true, then we are comparing the a value with c. If both the conditions are true, that means a is the greatest, because a is greater than b and also a is greater than c. Okay, but if your first condition is true, that means a is greater than b, but second condition is a is less than greater than c. If it is false, means a is less than c. So since a is less than c, you already compare with the b, then who is the greatest? C is the greatest. Okay, but if your outer if is false, that means a is not greater than b, so it will come to else part. It will come to else part. What is your else part? Another nested if is there, because we have to compare with b with c. Okay, so now within the else part, first we give the condition what? If b is greater than c. Okay, the first condition is false, means b already greater than a. So only we will check if b is greater than c, then b is the greatest. B is the greatest. Otherwise, who is greatest? C is greatest. Okay, all these programs will run in the Python environment. Let's complete next method. Method number 4. Here is what? We will have multiple options. Then we can use the nested if, the inner if, after if statement, after else if statement. Again, suppose more are there, then one more else if statement also you can use. Here I have used only the if, elif and else. That means the inner if is after if, and inner if else statement is after else if, and inner if else statement after else. Okay, here what we are discussing, we are entering the salary and the year experience of an employee. Okay, and after checking certain condition, we are checking whether is a group A employee, or group B employee, group C employee, or group D employee. What is the criteria we are giving? If the salary is more than 1 lakh but the year of experience is below 5, then is a class 1 employee. That means a group A employee. But some person is salary is more than 1 lakh, but it is the year of experience is more than 5. That's why we are given within the inner F. If the inner F condition is false, that means year of experience is more than 5. That means with the group B employee. Okay. Next one, we are checking in the second slab. If the salary is more than 50,000, it is 50,000. Same here, less than 5, then the group B, or else it is group C. Okay, so next one, no options are there. So if it is option is also there, but any two conditions are not satisfying, automatically the third condition will satisfy. Okay, according to the problem, based on the problem, we can apply the appropriate method. Okay, let's solve those programs we solved in method 1, 2, 3 in the Python environment. Okay, so we will go now. Let's do our age and nationality program. Okay, so first we'll do age and nationality. Okay, so we will enter the age and input, enter age. Okay, so now empty, nationality is string, so enter nationality. you have to give the condition. If age is 18, so greater than equal to 18, then what you have to, and then we have to check if age nationality NT equal to Indian. So we have to be particular about the the string, exactly the same way. We have to enter print eligible to vote, eligible to cast vote. Okay, now we have to give else statement. If that person is not Indian, so what you have to write? We have to give, look at the automatically the cursor, once you press enter key, automatically it is indented. So not eligible, not eligible. Okay, now this is our nested if. Then else part is what? If it is below 18, so below 18, so you have to write print not eligible, not eligible. Okay, we will save the program. Okay, so what is that? Nationality, just writing NT, save the program. Now enter the age. Suppose you are entering 19 and we have given Indian. It is eligible to vote. Suppose we will give the second condition. Suppose we are giving the condition is 15, nationality is Indian. Okay, it is not eligible though you are Indian, but you are below age, so it will display what? You are not eligible to cast vote. Okay, that's about our nationality program. Let's do one more program, that is odd and even numbers. One more very important program. So just to check whether a number is odd or even, how will you know it is odd or even? If the number is divisible by 2, then it is even number. If it is not, then it is odd number. Okay, now we'll run the program. Just see. If you enter 4, you know it is even number. It will print even. Suppose you are entering the number 9. Suppose you are entering the number 9. It is not divisible, so it is odd number. Okay, this is also 2 options you can do. So next one is we have to get the number positive, negative and 0. So we have done this. So positive, negative, 0. Okay, now next is our program is the greatest among the 3 integers. Is a very important program. So 3 integers, a first condition, if is a is greater than b, or then if the condition is true, then it is coming this a is greater than c, a is greatest, otherwise c. If the first condition is false, then it will come to else part. So here we are just checking the c, b with c, comparing b with c. If it is greater, then b is the greatest number, otherwise it is c. Okay, now we will just give the fresh entry value. So now enter the value. Suppose the first integer is 6, second integer is 7 and third is 3. So which one is the greatest? 7 is the greatest number, that is b is the greatest number. Okay, that way you can try in computer. Okay, next one is our that salary, the group, the grade program. Okay, this is the students, and this is a very important program. Write a Python program to input marks of 5 different subjects and find the average mark. Based on the average mark, we are printing the grade. If the average mark is above 90, grade A, and the range is here 80 to 90 B, 70 to 80 C, 60 to 70 D, and less than 60 is E. So if this is the program, your question is input the mark and find the average mark. So we have to input the mark and we have to calculate the average mark. When the average mark is calculating, after the calculation, then only we can give the condition. Now look at here, the first one is 90, above 90, then we can give grade A. So here just see, we are using so many if statements, because how many conditions are there? There are 5 conditions. The first one is your if, and the 3 are the elif, and the last one automatically it will be else statement. Okay, so now since it is 80 to 90, no need to give the range and less than 90, because automatically if the first condition is false, it will come to the second condition. If the second condition is false, it will go to the third condition. If the first condition is false, then it will come to the second. What is the second criteria? 80 to 90, below 90, so automatically it will be the second. So similarly it is given all 3 grades. Okay, let's run this program once. So run the program. Input the subject mark, so 56, then the subject 2 say 78, and third is 89. Suppose then this 56, and you can write the subject name also according to your stream. So according to your subject you are opting. So the average mark is 71.0, then the grade is C. Now just see 70.1 is 71 means above 70. What is the condition? That is grade C. Okay, grade C. That's your program. It's a very important program. You can do it in this way using if elif statement. One more program you can check is, that is our salary program. Okay, this one we have discussed. If above the salary and the based on the year of experience, we can solve this program this way. If you run, then you can get the output. Okay, this is the program. And one more program, that is our checking. It's also a very important program. Input character and check whether it is an alphabet, digit, or special symbol. Okay, so before using this our inbuilt function, we can do the other way, simple way, giving the checking with our and with a logical operator. Input any character if it is greater than equal to A and less than equal to Z. If this is the first part is your capital letter, second part is checking the small letter. Okay, since alphabet, so you can enter either in capital or small. So it is what is happening, we have to give the range. The first one is our capital letter, or the second one is our small letter. Okay, so if it is, then it is printing alphabet. And 0 and 9, though these are digit, but we are taking as a character, so it will be within quotes only. So then digit, otherwise it is special symbol. We can run this program once. So suppose you are entering the character, we will enter the run press once, then it will be more clear. So we will run the program. Suppose you are entering the character, say 6. Okay, then it will print a digit. Okay, suppose you will run the program, that is the it's a problem only. Okay, now if you are giving a small letter A, it is also printing alphabet. Okay, this is this way we can do the program. Okay, so let me show you the code again. Okay, just check that this is the range A to Z or A to Z. Okay, this one we can combine with OR operator, logical operator, but when you give the range, remember always AND operator. Okay, this range or this range, A to capital A to Z or small a to Z. Small a to Z one range, capital A to Z is another range. So here 0 to 9, that means it is a range. So we can give with the AND. Okay, so that simple way, since Python is very powerful and lot of functions, we can use this method also. Is alpha is a string function. We are going to learn in string whenever we do the string lesson. Is alpha means is checking whether it is alphabet or not. Is digit another string function whether it is digit or not. Otherwise, if these two conditions are false, then it will go for the special symbol. Okay, so now run the model. So if you give 5, it will print digit. Okay, now we have to stop here, and the next lesson number 7, we will learn for loop and the while loop. Okay.